Lick? No, that's not how it works. When I say him, you say roid. Him.
Her.
Him.
Royd.
Okay, well that works.
I went fast on that one.
You know, we'll figure it out.
Speedy.
So I'm upset at myself. Go ahead and tell the audience why.
You have a hemorrhoid?
Well, yeah, I do have a hemorrhoid, but I also forgot to record during that gold that we were spitting just moments before this.
All 3 minutes of it.
I know, but it was so good. It's so good.
I'll hear
Anyways,
it again. It's kind of an interesting topic.
so I was explaining to the old Trey that I have a hemorrhoid, I think, or like an inflamed anus, something about the outing, something about the exit. It's just not happy with me right now.
Okay, so how often do you poop though?
I don't know. I'd say a solid one a day.
One a day?
Yeah, but you have an unnatural bowel movement schedule.
See, usually one a day would keep the doctor away, but it seems like in your case, if you just waited a few days, then you might not need to go to the doctor. It might fix itself.
I don't know how your body works, but when I have to shit, I just go and do it. Like I don't postpone.
Postpone.
That process needs to happen when it needs to happen. I'm not, you know.
This sounds
That
like
sounds
a man
painful.
with a hemorrhoided asshole talking to someone who doesn't and trying to give him advice. So
Okay, I'm just gonna.
I mean,
Well, here's the thing. I'm just gonna change the diet for a little bit, and like eat
to what?
things.
Like eat some veggies, some fiber.
Yeah, it's high on the fiber. I've done my research. Little
I eat a lot
veggie,
of
little.
sweet potatoes nowadays.
I hear those are good for you.
I don't know if they are, but they taste better than a lot of vegetables. So
Yeah, they're
I
barely a
go.
vegetable. It's just a starch.
Yeah, like broccoli. I don't know if it is vegetable actually, but broccoli is. I eat that. I'll eat butternut squash and I'll eat sweet potatoes. That's about it in the veggie kingdom.
Well, here's the thing about sweet potatoes. They're just like a potato, like starchy. They're just starchy, carby goodness.
They have a
Except
different
for
consistency though.
yeah, it's got some vitamins in there though. It's got a little
And it's sweet.
little added goodness. Yeah, bro. That's where the vitamins are at, bro. Come on now.
The sweetness, yes.
Yeah. All right. So, any more questions about the hemorrhoid? I know I took you off of it too fast the last time.
Um, is there any pleasure involved? Like you ever just is it like a nice pain or is it just like an ow?
No, it definitely doesn't feel good.
All right, I've never had one, but I know that that prostate stuff's supposed to be pretty good. I don't really know anything about a hemorrhoid other than butthole pain, so I don't know where it is. Maybe it's a prostate thing. I don't know.
No, it doesn't have anything to do with that. Not that I've experienced. I mean,
Sounds like
I'll
you're
keep you
missing out then.
updated. I really am. If this was a more pleasurable experience, I'd keep it up. But we're gonna hit the fiber one bars and the Activia real hard now.
Oh yeah. Eat some sweet potato skins.
Ugh, that sounds not.
Yeah, the skin is really terrible. The skin is bad. I can't eat it.
Then why would you tell me to do that?
Well, you need the fiber, clearly.
I think there's some better sources of fiber.
It's possible. But
What do you have in your mouth?
I had well, I'm glad you asked. It's a nice, refreshing Big K Diet Dr. K. It's not cherry
Asshole.
flavored this time, but it is crisp and delicious.
Did you see? Are you seeing Diet Coke wilding out right now? They got the different flavors, my man. They got the different flavors.
They got new Diet Coke flavors.
Yes, they are wild. There's like 6 of them.
What?
They are crazy. They're cuckoo for cocoa nuts, my bro. It's
New
bad.
Diet Coke.
Someone needs to
All
tell
new
them.
flavors.
Yes, there's so many.
Okay. Let's go through.
I actually don't know them. I just know that they exist.
Okay, so it says there's one called Fresh Pop. And
I'd be willing to bet that's the original.
it is no. It's I don't know. This article is bad. No,
Probably
okay,
is
it's
as
not.
difficult as
There's
any of this.
Feisty cherry, zesty blood orange,
Mm.
um, ginger lime, twisted mango, um, regular Coke, cherry Coke, Coke Zero, Diet Coke, and SodaStream cola mix.
Yeah, we just busted out the SodaStream recently. Again, we had one and we just needed to like replace the CO2 cartridge or whatever.
Wait, what
So
is
we
that?
have
What is that?
it's like a Keurig but for soda. Like you put mix and water. Wait, you put
Oh, it's
water
like
in
the
this.
syrup almost, but with carbonation.
Not really. It's actually a whole machine. It's like you put water in this special bottle and then it carbonates the water for you and then you have like your selection of syrups. So you make
Oh
your own syrup.
shoot!
Yeah, it's kind of cool actually.
I speaking of funneling soda, I drove the other day. I drove my car, and so I was going to get air in my tires because they were remarkably low because the weather keeps going hot, cold, whatever. And so I went to go get some air, and I pull in. And first of all, this air machine was expensive. It was $1.50 instead of the
Oh,
75 cents it should be.
for how
But
much time?
it did last a long time, but still.
Wait, you're paying for air, you psycho? Go to Kroger.
Do they have free air
Yes.
at every Kroger?
I'm as far as I know, my Kroger they do. I don't know why they change it up.
I'm amazed. But anyway,
It's like it's
I went to a Chevron because I knew they would. Well, it might have been a Chevron.
okay.
It
Well,
was
I have
just
to
some
ask you
gas station.
this. I have to ask you
Yeah.
this: Is the Chevron? It's like, do you set the psi you want and it does it?
No, it's just air. You just
Eh,
detach the nozzle, and it reads how much air you have, and then you press the button, and then it goes in, and then it comes back out, and it tells you how much air you have.
So it's old school. See, the Shell station by my house has this fancy one where you put in the psi and it does it for you. You have to pay for that one. But Kroger, it's free and
How
it's
much you
got
have to
the
pay
old.
for that? Like $20 or some shit?
No, it's like I don't know. It's like dollar or something.
$1 for each tire?
Not that I know of. I mean, maybe.
That's
But
not
if you're
much.
a lazy bitch and you don't know what to do, I mean, that's not terrible.
It is though. If it's $1 per tire, that is terrible.
All right, well, you finish your story because I got a fucking tire story of my own.
Oh well, so I roll up, and what do I see? But the actual gas pump mechanism and the hose that attaches to the pumping station, they were ripped out and like on the other side of the parking lot. So I took it.
What maniac? Wait, first of all, did you steal it? Like you took it with you?
Well, it was on the ground, so I
But
figured they didn't want it. So I put
it's
it in
in
my
your
trunk and
possession now.
took it. Well, it's not mine necessarily.
But like it's in your car right now.
No, I don't have it in my car anymore.
It's in your dorm.
It was not anymore.
Are you moving it around so they don't find it? Where is it?
Well, it smelled like gasoline everywhere I moved it.
Some would say that's a good thing.
Surprisingly. Well, no, for a little while, it's nice. Like after you pull out from a gas station, you smell gas. It's like, oh yeah, it's all doing its thing. But then, when it's all you smell, it's not what you want. But anyway, so I moved it. I had it in my dorm, and then it smelled too strong, and so I moved the gas pump back into my car and took a car air freshener and moved it in here, and it smelled really good in here. And yeah, but I had to give it away to somebody.
Give it away.
But it's somebody I know, so I still have access to
What
it.
What are you gonna use it for? What do you want it for?
My ultimate plan is to make a soda pump.
A soda pump?
But yes, but one that you know how like a gas pump dispenses soda at an dispenses gas at an extremely high rate. Like it spits out a gallon fast.
Yeah.
Imagine being able to pump out a gallon of soda like that. Just whoosh.
Imagine paying for
Yeah.
that much soda.
I drink that much anyway, so it's okay.
Really?
That's my ultimate goal. That's my plan.
Is that your
Or-
retirement plan?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm gonna make about 100 of them and sell them off, and whatever I make from that, that's my 401k.
Mm.
But I'll be lucky if I make 4k.
So, I had to get some new tires. I had Yeah, it was just time to get some new tires. The grip was wearing out. We got this spot in the old Mekanga called Economy Tire. Shout out, right? Real cheap ass tires. They like refurbished tires or whatever.
Oh yeah. Oh they good. They cheap.
Yeah, they're like $30 a pop, right? So swing on in there. I'm like, yo, put the two front ones in the back. I want two new ones up front. That's the dealio. They're like, cool, my man, my bro, from another Mo.
That's what they said to you?
No.
They said my man,
not.
my bro.
Yeah. They you know, they do their due and they put the new tires on there, right? Come home, front left motherfucker is deflating at a rapid rate, right? So I drive around on this bitch for like 3 weeks, filling it up every like, I don't know, 4 or 5 days, right? Get this like
sounds like you should have gone and gotten a patch in it.
Let's see, I'm getting to that. So I have this new little gimmick. It was supposed to be like a stupid like gimmick present or whatever. My mom got me this tire pump that hooks up to your cigarette lighter or your cigarette whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
or your like 12-volt thing in your car. Maybe it's 9 volts. It's some kind of V.
Yeah. So you plug it in there and it starts up and then you can plug it in and it slowly fills your tire back up and it tells you your PSI and everything. Cool little thing, right? So I do that. I show back up. I'm like, yo, my shits ain't working. I point at it. I'm like, this motherfucker been leaking. I'm gonna need y'all to do something about it, right?
Shoot.
I'm like, I think it's been leaking from right here. And they're like, all right, right? And they start jacking my car up. Not, they actually literally start jacking it up.
Yeah, they didn't beat it up. They like put it in the air.
They're like, hey, Tony! And they went back and got like baseball bats. And they're like,
yeah, they got crowbars and busted all the windows.
Yeah. So I went and sat in their little lobby. And, they fucking...
Now it's a little lobby. You are popping off on these people.
I mean, it's not a big place. You've been there. But, they fucking pit stop that bitch, right? Take them off, look at it, cover it in some form of liquid, do their thing. Come out, and they're like, it's ready. I'm like, all right. I go up to the register, and he looks at me. I'm like, I owe you something? He's like, nah, man. I was like, yo, get out that bitch.
Oh, shoot, they are fly.
Pay for nothing. They made a little mistake. Maybe, probably not even their problem. It was probably just a faulty tire. Fault of no one. I showed up. I'm like, here's the problem. They fixed that shit.
It is their problem, but they did fix it for free. So,
yo,
that's a ringing endorsement.
Really, it is. I was pleasantly surprised. I was a little peeved about having to do it because it's like fucking 9,000 miles away from my house, but I did it anyways. It was a pleasant experience. So shout out to the guys at the old Economy Tire.
Oh yeah. What is a pet peeve? What does that mean?
Just a little thing that annoys you.
I mean, I know what the expression means, but the origin.
Oh, I don't know. It's probably some form of weasel in the jungle. That's annoying.
A weasel in the jungle? A pet peeve?
Yeah.
By the way, I just realized that would be a really slick way. Like, if you didn't know about, like, what a weird expression meant, you just say, like, oh, what does that mean? And then somebody would tell you, and then you go, oh, I already knew. I mean, where did it come from?
Yeah. I always think of shit like that, and then I forget it whenever it becomes relevant.
I mean, yeah. The real trick is to just not be embarrassed about asking what a dumb saying means. But
so I'm looking at the page for pet peeves, and I found this graph about bees, right? And it's like, this is a bee. It's cute, cuddly, fluffy, good for everyone. One sting, then dies. And it's like, this is a wasp. Skinny, mean as fuck, good for nothing. Basically a bee on meth, right? It's like, this is a hornet. A wasp on steroids, usually so badass it doesn't even bother stinging you. Still, stay the fuck away. Whatever, right? Dumb chart. What's really fucking me up about it is under the wasp tab, they put a yellow jacket.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is
yellow jacket in the same... Is it a kind of wasp?
I'm sure it is, but like a yellow jacket is yellow jacket. Like people know what that is.
Yeah, it's a different thing. Like a wasp, usually them little brown, kind of blackish things.
Yeah, it's got the long ass tail thing too. But this motherfucker's short.
Yeah, like a yellow jacket. It is technically a kind of wasp, but I mean, still.
I don't fucks with it. I don't fucks with any of them. I've been bitten, stung, poked, prod, all that the bad shit that can happen to you by an insect. It's happened to me.
You been
I'm,
killed by an insect?
no, but I'm talking
Oh.
ants of different kinds, bees, hornets, wasps, uh, yellow jackets, spiders, a fucking
Crickets.
jellyfish, for God's sake.
I know, damn ladybugs.
Bro, them
Your
bitches are
bathroom's
all
infested
in
with
my
ladybugs for the
bathroom,
longest time.
bro.
It's like because aren't dead ladybugs bad luck or something?
Dude, that explains that entire chapter of my life. This fucking
Yeah,
ladybug.
walking through your bathroom is like breaking every mirror that you've ever seen in terms of like years of bad luck.
I would literally stand in the shower and look at these piles of dead ladybugs and think of like poetic reasons why they're there. Like, it's beyond all science that they have managed to all get in my fucking bathroom. So I'm just like, what is the meaning of this? What is the
It was like the world's population of them.
what would Shakespeare write about this shit? It was real. Ugh. Like once they're out of my fucking bathroom, there's gonna be a major change in my life. Like, it, bro. It was, I don't know. It was like a plot in the book. It's like a subtone or something.
Yeah, it is like they never really explain it, but it's supposed to represent something.
Yeah, I was like, what is this? What does this mean? What does this mean? So should I get back on the meltdown that happened in my classroom?
Oh yeah.
So all right, as I was explaining, so you're going to hear this one more time, right? My teacher was trying to. We've been studying American government. It's American government. The class, those two things usually go hand in hand. And we have this like no bullshit kind of professor. Like he's a younger dude. He's probably maybe 30. Clearly libertarian. Like you can just see it. Like just how he acts, how he is. I don't know. Like I'm making assumptions, but like just based on what he said, he's very good at like dodging partisan issues. Like if it's got
short to medium length hair.
Yeah, it's like no, it's not tamed, but the way that he does it, the way that he like gels his hair that probably comes down to like right above his shoulders, and his accent and his beard and everything. Like you just know.
Okay.
But he's very good at like dodging like sensitive issues. Like if he's got to talk about it, he talks about it in a very like objective way. Like I'll give him that. But if he sees a laptop, he freaks the fuck out. Like he actually has a little tantrum. It's fascinating. But he's explaining the Electoral College in like most ways that he explains this shit. He first clears up misconceptions. So he's like, I'm gonna show you a video about how the Electoral College doesn't work. And the video was like 10 notable celebrities like Martin Sheen and people like that saying.
Did
like,
they get the Martin and the Charlie?
No Charlie. He was probably doing a line in the back, waiting for Martin to take him home or something. But
that's the life.
I mean, it really is. Martin Sheen is your chauffeur. Anyways, they're sitting here like pleading the Electoral College not to vote for Trump, like vote for anybody, not necessarily Hillary, but anybody but Trump. Like they're like, you can be the hero of, this chapter in American history or whatever, right? And he stops the video. He's like, that's not how this works. That's not what the Electoral College is. That paints it to be a very like elitist kind of like club that picks the country's leader. Like that's not how this works. And this, pretty standard looking redhead female took some form of offense to it. She's like, okay, but like, then what's the point? Like Hillary won the popular vote, so clearly like it's just an outdated system. Like it doesn't work. He's like, well, you gotta understand like the origins of the Electoral College goes back to the whole like equality through the states, and like smaller states would be trampled by bigger states and all that kind of stuff. It's got origins in slavery and like it's worked, so we just never did anything about it. She's like, okay, but the popular vote makes more sense because like Hillary won that, and like clearly he's like, listen, I agree with you. Like I understand that your argument is that a popular vote would work better, or you think that that's the best course of action. I'm just saying that this is not how the Electoral College works now, right? So they're having this dialogue back and forth, and this woman is clearly not getting the point he's trying to make. He's like, I'm not making an argument against the video. Like, videos like this came out when Obama was getting reelected too. Like, it's not a Trump thing. Like, I'm just explaining how the Electoral College works. And I see, like, so they're doing that thing over to my right, and I see this commotion in front of me, and this like, I don't know. I don't want to put anybody in the box here, but this short-haired with blue hair, Doc Martens on, stands up, right?
Kind of a Bull Dyke type character.
No, she's not. She wasn't big. She was, she was, but no, she wasn't that. I'm not gonna get into that. But clearly,
you wouldn't say it, but you think she was a butch lesbian.
No, she's definitely a bottom. Anyways,
your words, not mine. Okay.
Yeah. She gets up and she grabs her shit, right? And she, like, gets out from the row, and there's stairs. It's a lecture hall, so there are, like, stairs going up to the door leading out, right? She fucking stomps every stair as hard as she can. Like, she's making an exit. She stomps every stair, right? Gets to the door, opens that bitch up loud as fuck, and slams it behind her. I was like, oh, shit, girl, all right? And the teacher just did not pay any attention to it. Like, he was having
so
a
you
very...
think she was a Trump supporter?
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah.
The teacher was having this, like, what he was trying to make a very civil, like, argument.
Just a basic point of fact, basically.
Right. And she just was not getting it. And he just chose to ignore that. Like, this guy's been known to lose his cool. But what I learned about him today is, like, if some, like, disheveled, like, political debate breaks out, he's going to keep his cool and be like, just address the facts. Like, he's got some weird
But you
rules.
lose all your credibility if you get mad during an argument.
Exactly, and he's very good at it, which is not what I expected, because I've seen him, like, almost blow a fucking gasket over a goddamn laptop. Like, this guy, he's clearly one for losing his temper. But in this area, and I have mad respect for him now, he just kept his cool and, like, did his thing, right? And afterwards, he's like, that really wasn't supposed to be controversial. I was just, like, talking about the Electoral College. But, y'all get it now. This should be plain and simple. And he's petty as fuck. Like, if he says, like, somebody asks a question and it's in the book, he's like, well, see, it's clearly put in the book. So, like, if y'all were reading that question wouldn't come up. Like, he's petty as fuck. But, he was cool in that situation.
I can't stand the textbook fucking market.
Let me tell you what I can't stand.
They're just so overpriced.
Now, here's the thing. I agree with you, right? And sometimes you can get away with not buying books. But what's really pissing me off is every class I have this year has some additional website, like, content, like, with a book and, like, set up quizzes. I had to buy 5 different websites, subscriptions. I had to buy 5 different ones. You had to, like,
they were required for the class?
Yes, and they were like $100 a piece.
What?
Bro, one of these websites could have done that for all of these fucking classes. Like, they're no different. They're the same thing. It's like, here's what to do.
And they make these overpriced books, and it's like, there could be competition. They could also write textbooks that know what they're talking about, but then you just have to rely on the university or the professor because you can't pick what book you want to use.
Well, here's the really fucked up thing, and I don't know if it's like this at UGA. I'm sure it is because it's a big, reputable school, right? But every textbook, I'm talking like I probably had 7, or supposed to get 7. Every single textbook has been written by somebody that works at the school. Every single one of them. Anything from jazz history to English to film history to all of them. They have all been written by people in departments at the school. Which sounds like something...
All of ours haven't, but...
I'm sure
if you got... I know of. I didn't buy any last semester, so...
I'm sure if you got into, like, business or, like, medical or veterinarian shit, I'm sure there are plenty of books written by people at UGA.
Oh, business, for sure. They know how to make the money off it. Yeah.
Exactly. But, I don't know. It just kind of seems fucked up by the university to push... like, their own people's books, or their
Education
really
is a business.
Oh, it is
Really
for
is.
sure. It is. Oh my god, I forgot to tell you about this shit. Right? So, did I tell you about the whole Anita Sarkeesian thing in my media culture and society?
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Very.
so
You just texted. You didn't give me an explanation.
all right, so we're doing this. I'm taking a media culture and society. I'm a film major, and that's a part of the required course. I thought it'd be cool, right? I start the class. My teacher's foreign. She came from the Caribbean in probably the 80s, probably when she
She
was
have a
like
sweet accent.
20. Yeah, she's got a real cool accent. I don't know. It's not too heavy, but it's definitely there. She's probably, I don't know, based on what she maybe really late 40s, early 50s, right? Um, well spoken, clearly a scholarly woman. Uh, but she's got this weird disconnect with what she's teaching. Like she's just relaying information that's been given to her, right? So we start essentially what we're doing is we're just hitting areas of the media. So like the first was like news. Second was video games, right? So we go to class and she's like, today we're gonna be talking about video games and its effect on society and like its cultural significance, maybe a little bit of history, right? We start doing history, and then she brings up the point about how video games have been known to cause violent behavior in people, right? And that some of the school shooters have had associations with video games.
She's like got a Jack Thompson thing going on.
So that was my first red flag. I was like, okay, like she can think that. That's fine. But she's like, studies have shown, like there have been multiple studies that show that. I'm like, that's not right. That's not true. I'm like, maybe I'll tell her after class or whatever. And she keeps going. Then she's like,
I wouldn't
okay,
do that.
well, this will all come back to bite me in the ass. Don't worry.
Okay.
I'm like, I might just like email her study just so she doesn't keep teaching that because that's kind of fucked up, right? That's not necessarily
Yeah.
true.
Okay. Yeah. I would email it, or so I would email once you have hard evidence instead of talking to her after class. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. That this is my thought process. I'm like, I'll just email her. And then she's like, the vast majority of gamers are male, and this leads to a misogynistic kind of industry. And she started talking about that, and then she flips a slide, and she's like, "We're gonna watch this video to kind of convey some of these points." And it was the first episode of female tropes in video games, or it's like the episode of about damsels in distress by Anita Sarkeesian.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh shit, here we go. So she starts playing that, and she's like, okay, so your assignment is to respond to this, right? And we'll talk about it next time in class. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna email her, some counterpoints about this because it's just
Wait, if it was respond to it, why didn't you just do it in your response?
because I knew she wasn't gonna read them, and she wouldn't have. I know this because we've already done 2 assignments like this, and she didn't even talk about them, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna email her a few statistics, right? Just for the fuck of it. I even made a Reddit post. I'm like, my teacher's been teaching this, clearly, like we have a problem with this. It was like the gaming subreddit. I'm like, I know y'all struggle with this, or y'all have an issue with this. Like, let me know. Like, give me some statistics so I don't have to look for all this shit. I got it like hovered at about 60 upvotes or some shit like that, right? And I got like 60 comments. Like people were coming to the rescue or either calling me a cuck or some shit like that. So I put together a little.
That makes sense for it.
Or you know what somebody said? Somebody goes, he's active on Men Go Their Own Way and what is it? Brain cells. You're irrelevant. I'm like, I wouldn't say I'm active. I just go in there to look and occasionally start a fire. But whatever. That's beside the point.
Oh, he got onto you. Okay,
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
you were saying he was
No,
on active on those.
No, they were getting onto me because I like to go in there and stir some shit up every once in a while. It's fun.
Do you post on there?
I mean, maybe 3 or 4 times, max.
What do you do?
I don't know. There's a picture of like, I'm sure I think this is on Incel Tears, and I saw the original post on Brain Cells. It was like the sun shining through this, like the gap between this girl's thighs, right? So there's like a glow, and some guy goes, and the post is like, "This is what women think of their genitalia," and I just went in there and said they'd be right or something like that, and I don't know, I just an occasional whatever. So
Just a joke. Just mess with them, you know.
yeah, it's not serious. Right? I'm not trying to get into debates, but they so I emailed her some shit. I'm like, first of all, the violence thing is wrong. Like the studies that have shown that have been like non-objective, funded by people that would want those results, and they just like they're over short amounts of time. It only shows short aggression. Like they're just bad studies. Like here are some good ones done by professionals. Whatever. She's like, cool. And then actually I had the email in front of me, so I'm like, whatever. I'm passionate about the community, so I just want to clear up some misconceptions. I just sent her the statistics or the studies about the violence. Then I'm like, over 43 or 43 to 44% of gamers are female, so that demographic isn't relevant anymore. And then I just sent her a few things about how Anita just gets a bunch of her points wrong. Like she's not very educated on the subject. She sends me back an email and it says, "Thanks. This is a type of astute scholarship that I enjoy seeing from students. I'll have a look and discuss in our next class if you don't mind." I'm like, sure, whatever. I get to class today.
Oh, she shit all over you.
I get to class today. She's like, all right, we need to go back to the video games thing. I'm like, okay.
She said, "Who's the son of a bitch that sent me that email?"
And she goes, "So we're about to have a class discussion led by Tanner," and she points at me. I was like, oh. I was like, oh shit. Oh shit. So the only people that know my name in that room is like the person that sits next to me and a group of people that I have to work on assignments for. And they all look at me and they're like, "What the fuck?" I looked at her, I'm like, "Huh?" And she's like, "Yeah, we need to have a discussion, and you're bringing up some good points." And I just kind of gave a brief rundown. It's like, it's not a big deal. It's just like some of the statistics you were giving were kind of wrong, and like the Anita stuff is debatable at best, but you kind of made it seem like it was a one-sided issue. She's like, "Cool,
okay,
all right." She's like, "Split the room down the middle. This group of people." Or she's like, "This side, if you disagree with these statements, get on this side. If you agree, get on this side." She goes, "We're going to have a debate." And she's like, and we sit there for like 10 minutes and we're supposed to be discussing, but like nobody cares. It was just me. Like I just sent the email. I didn't mean for all this to happen, right? So there's like one girl, she's got like this Blink 182 t-shirt on. I'm like, okay, and it's like from 2017. I'm like, so you're clearly a nerd. I kind of look at her. And she, starts leading this little discussion on our side of the room. She's like nobody moved. Like it was literally like if you were on that side of the room, you were against it. And if
you were already sitting there.
Yeah, like you were like nobody gave a fuck. Nobody like budged. So she started talking. She's like, "Yeah, she did get a lot of shit wrong. She didn't talk about any of the strong female characters in the games. She clearly got some of her facts wrong. Blah 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 blah." And she's like, "Okay, it's time. I'm setting the timer for 3 minutes. You come up here and talk." She points at me and that the like nerdy gamer girl, right? And I get up there, and she's like, "All right, go." And I just look at her. I'm like, "Do you want to go first? I'm not good at this." And she like gives off this pretty well spoken speech about how like she gets a lot of her problems wrong, or she gets a lot of her points wrong, or whatever. We all know Anita's not very good at any of this, and like how she's spoken.
Wait, what?
Like,
you mean my one and only true news source has been wrong all this time?
She's talking to how she went to speak to Congress and she got a bunch of shit wrong. She's misrepresenting gamers. She's like, "I'm a gamer myself. Play WoW. You can play as a female, strong female. Even dudes choose to play as females." I kind of laughed under my breath at that. Whatever. She did a good job. She kind of saved my ass because I was not prepared to fucking have a debate. So we go and sit down, and she's like, "Okay, the other side of the room. You present your argument," and like nobody moves. She's like, "Come on, come." Yeah, nobody cared, and I feel like a real piece of shit now because I made a scene, indirectly made a scene about some shit that nobody else wanted to hear about anymore. I'm like, oh shit. And she's like, "Okay, well the winner's gonna get extra credit, so somebody come up here." So like two girls get up and like they both say they like playing video games, whatever. but they can see where Anita's coming from. I'm like, listen, like Anita, I guess she has some points. Like, my argument is just like she didn't present them very well. So whatever evidence she does have, or whatever argument she does have, are pretty much invalid because like she's just shitty at arguing it, and she's kind of being an asshole about it. They're like, cool. We didn't really disagree. They just provided some counter arguments so they can get extra credit. And at the end of it, she's like, okay. And we sit back down, and someone's like, so who gets the extra credit? She like looks back and forth. She's like, you both get it. I'm like,
Yeah, all right. You got extra credit. Really, you got to waste a day of class. I don't think anybody will give a shit.
no. Like, we didn't do shit. Like, she talked about one thing afterwards, but like,
That's what I'm saying. You got to waste a class.
pretty much. But it made a very awkward situation for me because she called my ass.
Yeah, for
out.
you. Everybody else doesn't care though. They're just like.
She pointed at me and called my name like 6 times. I was like, bitch, what are you doing? Like, it's not that serious. I even said it in the email. I'm like, it's not a big deal. I just wanted to, like, let you know. Because, like, it really does seem like she was just regurgitating information that she was given by somebody that clearly had some type of way with the issue, you know? Oh, God, that was awkward as fuck. So now I'm the nerdy gamer woman hater in there.
Well, aren't we all?
But I'll take it.
No, I don't think anybody cares. You got a day off. You got a day off of class. Well, everybody else did. You didn't.
I just looked around and said, looks like I just got you a bunch of extra credit. I was trying to save it a little bit. I was trying to make somebody laugh. I think somebody did. So we're good. So uncomfortable.
Okay, what was that thing you said earlier about the Smashing Pumpkins? Are they coming back?
He said some shit
What's
about...
happening?
He said some shit on the Joe Rogan podcast about how, like, well, I mean, I don't watch any other podcasts but ours, but I heard through the grapevine that maybe possibly somebody saw him on the Joe Rogan podcast saying that they wanted to do a reunion tour with the OG4, because they hadn't talked in a long time because of disputes over money and shit like that, but they're cool now. But now it looks like all what's his name? Rick Rubin is producing an album, like a reunion album for him. Now I don't know if that means remastered old songs or like a new material, but either way, that is
I don't know either.
exciting, especially with a name like Rick Rubin on that bitch, that majestic
Rick Rubin, yeah, with the fat beard,
and a lack of shoes. Ooh boy.
Yes, ma'am.
Conductor of the best Kendrick
Billy
Lamar
Corgan
interview of all time. Boy, let me tell you something.
Billy Corgan just does not look like what I expected him to.
What, you've never seen him?
Yeah, like the first time I saw him. The first time I saw Rick Rubin, or not Rick Rubin, Billy Corgan now.
I mean,
like he aged not looking like. He just looks like a regular guy.
Let me tell you something. Boy, that man is bald as fuck.
That's what I'm. Yeah, he just looks like a regular man who went bald and was like, yeah, you got to go home.
Well, here's the thing.
Shave it all off.
About Billy Corgan. Like, there was a good 10 years of Billy's life where he was keen on, like, the contour and makeup, and he had, like, a very strong facial structure, and he's just looking like this, like, fucking mutant from a fluid
like
sack.
Tight little twink.
Yeah, he was.
Just like to.
He looked like a goddamn badass salamander of rock, and then he grew. He got old. He got older.
He looks like a regular guy now.
He's got the facial hair. That definitely changes it. He doesn't look like Sinead OConnor anymore.
Yeah. Is it Sinead or Sinead?
It's like Sinead, I think.
Yeah, but is the S pronounced weird?
I mean, if it is, I don't give a fuck, because I'm not into that bullshit. There's an accent mark in there over the E. Wait, I'm wrong.
I think it is Sinead.
Yeah.
I think it's Sinead.
I'm looking at the Wikipedia pronunciation, and it's Sinead.
Yeah, with Nade all capitalized.
Irish
you
pronunciation.
You have to yell it whenever you say it.
Sinead.
Irish people pronounce names weird. Like Siobhan. is spelled is the name Siobhan, I think, is spelled um Siobhan.
Huh?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I don't want to bash this woman because I thought her cover of that one song was really good. But boy, oh boy, did this woman not age very well. I don't know if it's because she was on something or she's a lot older than I thought she was, but this bee is looking a little rankly.
A little rankly. I thought you were gonna say rank.
No, she ain't that bad.
Okay. Does she have hair now?
No, she's still got the shaved head.
She's still bald. Still super bald.
And I'm just saying this because she's fine back in the dizzy, even with the lack of hair. Because that
I wasn't into it.
doesn't really bother me all that much. I've been known to sport a shaved head every once in a while, not like neo-Nazi style, but just a little less up top. And I think she pulled it off pretty well. But right now, she looks like she's a little disheveled, a little bit. There looks like there's.
Well, she's 51, so.
She looks a little bit older than 51. I think there's some drugs involved for sure, especially based on some of these pictures. It's not that she's like looks old. She just looks a little sickly. And I don't know. It's kind of harsh, but.
I mean, maybe she is sickly. I don't know.
She just looks like a meth addict to me.
Apparently, during the late 90s, she had a romance with Anthony Kiedis.
Is that the man from the old Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Yes, the singist.
Oh, it's the singist, bro. At least he's not a rapist.
Yeah, no, you don't. There's a lot of stuff going around about the rapists these days.
I'm just gonna type in Sinead drugs.
I don't see a lot about drugs here. I see controversies.
Sinead OConnor completes 30-day rehab stint for pot addiction. No.
Wow, that's almost impressive.
No. Yeah, not gonna take that. No, that's not true. What's this website? Billboard, step your game up. That's just not true. Ooh, wait.
No, I
back up.
I mean, look. Build like a mental dependency.
Her shirt says "Property of Jesus." So maybe it's
that's pretty sweet.
Maybe
so.
I mean it is actually kind of a cool shirt. It's got I like the font, but maybe it's a religiously invoked rehab session. Maybe she felt that the ganja wasn't wounded.
I don't know. I see a much better picture, which is her in like a priest kind of outfit,
Bro,
with the.
I saw that.
Like the black shirt with the white collar connector thing.
Yes.
And like a black jacket and a gold cross chain with that man Jesus on it.
She looks badass in that picture. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I would not fuck with that woman. There's just like this one set of pictures from like an interview where she's just looking like she's having a rough time.
Looking rough.
She just looks like really stressed out or something. Alright, I'm glad Jesus and weed came up in the same topic. Because I was listening.
Yeah, as it always should.
I was listening.
Speaking of Jesus and hopefully weed, do y'all have like pastors, or not pastors, but like almost preachers that just come to your school and like yell to their heart's content about Jesus and God?
Oh yeah. See, yes, almost monthly. Well, okay. Well, there's like this one
almost
guy.
Monthly.
There's just one guy that's like the sign guy. Like he's a what we would call a what are the people that fight crime that aren't supposed to?
Crime fighters.
No.
Vigilantes.
Yeah, he's like Jesus. He's like a Jesus vigilante. Like he's out here solo style, one sign,
Crucifying people.
I mean, like if he had it his way, if it was Burger King up in this bitch, there might be some crosses out. But like, he's cool with the law right now. He's got his sign. He's got his angry mouth. He's got his little belt speaker and his microphone.
I'd like to do something with that tight little angry mouth.
This man is out on a weekly basis, hitting up bitches for Jesus. I mean, you really have to respect the man for his consistency. Like he's out here, right? But then a few times
What's he sound like?
Like an old uptight stick up the ass. skinny white dude.
Okay.
With the lack of cigarettes, because I think those kind of go hand in hand. I don't know. It's not roughly. It's not roughly. It's not like grungy. It's just like smooth and straight into the heart and mind of somebody that's been saved. Um,
Mm.
but we also have this even more hardcore church that comes out and hits up the free speech areas on campus, right in the middle of Atlanta, right, and they put on a show. They got multiple signs. They got speakers. They got the fucking lists of things they know is gonna offend you. These people are so hardcore that the admirable solo sign guy, he just stays out of their way. He's like, those bitches are crazy. I'm gonna stay up here on the street where I belong, and they can keep doing their thing. So yes, that happens a lot. But we also have, I don't know, it's kind of a spectrum. Like we also have these two nice, very Catholic people that come and just try to talk to you, and they're very civil, and they hand you beads and shit. I like them.
I mean, yeah, we have the whole mix too, but like, we'll have well, we always have this one guy who comes and he brings, like this one of those kind of skeleton crate things, like they keep the milk in public schools, like those blue crates. They're kind of skeletonized.
Some would call them a milk crate.
And he just stands on top of it, and he's got a really deep voice.
Is it a soapbox?
Like, it's deeper than this. It is deeper than this, and he's just talking.
Oh.
Like, he's got an incredibly deep voice, and he just goes on and hours on end.
Yeah, they're good at it.
He stands at like the busiest corner on campus and just does it. But we also have where the clubs advertise, and they will pester the shit out of you, and they'll all stand in the same area and just hand you stuff. They gave me a free cup the other week, so I'm not mad about it. But there's, for some reason, which you wouldn't figure it would be quite this way because it's on a college campus. You'd figure it lean more liberal, but it's always like super conservative student groups out there. I mean, there's other stuff. There's tons of other stuff, but there's a ton of those. Like the one today just said, "Big government is bad. We love guns."
What? You are probably on one of the more conservative college campuses in the U.S.
Yeah. That's the thing though. Is like everybody that goes to UGA is like like a. Well, it's in Georgia, so.
Yeah, I mean, you're in the Bible Belt. It's to be expected. I'm in Atlanta.
It's in Georgia. There's a lot of upper middle to upper class white people, so.
Yeah. I'm.
What do you expect?
I mean, I'm in Atlanta. It's definitely like the blue speck in the sea of red, right? So there's a lot of more liberal student groups, and we also have a bunch of people that will pester the shit out of you. But ours isn't like, okay. So I've been. The Catholics are cool. Like, I did stop, and they did kind of talk my ear off. It was just one woman, but she was nice, and I talked to her about, I let her explain the Catholic thing. Told her, my dad's family's Catholic or whatever, but kind of fell out of it because of the Catholic school, whatever. Like, I just sat there, had a nice conversation. I try to do that. If somebody stops me and they got some shit to say, and I have time, I don't have anything better to do, might as well have a nice conversation with somebody that's passionate about what they're talking about. Boy,
Okay.
I got stopped by some goddamn LGBTQ members.
Oh yeah,
Bro, they were.
there you forgot the plus, but I'll let you slide this time. You intolerant piece of shit.
There was some roofless. They ain't got no roof. They ain't got no ceiling.
No roof.
You can see the sky
Getting rained on.
up on this bitch. This woman stopped me. Okay, here's the thing. She was trying to get money out of me. She's like, how about you donate to the cause? I was like, how about I don't? Because I don't have money for you right now. Like, she's trying to get me to, like, sign up, like, electronically and put my credit card in that bitch for, like, a monthly deposit. I'm like,
No.
how about no? Like, I'm like, listen, I'm down with the cause, but, like, I don't have money for that. And she's like, she like, looked at me in the face, and she's like, you do support the cause, don't you? I'm like, yes, I'm down with the gay. Like, I promise you. I'm down with the gay, but like this isn't really in my life. Like the way my life is set up right now, like I'm not feeling the monthly deposits, And she was like, "Would not let me go." I'm like, "Bro,
No, fuck that. That's when you got to be rude to somebody. When when somebody's asking for money, you know what? It's if you're asking for money, whatever. You're in a situation, especially for like a certain organization like that, where maybe you need donations or something, but you can't be rude when you're asking for money.
I did have to. I'm like, I was like, I have to be somewhere. Like, I just can't do it, and I like walked away. Like I did.
That's when you're like, fuck you. Maybe if you were nicer, I'd give you a buck, bitch.
Oh,
You know?
my goodness. I mean, seriously, I've had schizophrenic crackheads be less persistent than this woman. Like, she was into
I
it.
mean, that's just rude.
No, it kind of fucked me up.
I don't know. That's wrong. That's dirty.
I mean,
you can't do that.
so she clearly had me fucked up. I was like, I gotta get somewhere. Like, I'm not fucking with you right now. Because, like,
Trying to guilt trip somebody.
she really was. I'm like, I'm not into it. Like I've expressed my disinterest.
No, that's fucked. That's a real bitch. You support the cause, don't you? Like, oh, you hate gay people if you don't.
Yeah, fuck you. But
Fuck off. Make your own money.
bro, so I have this friend. Okay, so this guy, there's a way that homeless people act in Atlanta that I've not seen in any other city. Like we've had some run-ins with the persistent homeless in Austin, right? But these,
Yeah, I met a nice homeless guy. Easily could have mugged me there, but instead he just walked up. He was like, "Can you give me the money?" I was like, "Look, I'm not doing this because it is how it is, you know."
yeah.
But he easily could have mugged me because there was like no one else on the street. So I was like, "Look, if you just tell me where I can get a decent breakfast for really cheap, I'll give you $5."
Yeah,
And I got a decent breakfast for pretty cheap. He got $5.
yeah, you were real cool about that. So let me tell you what this dirty ass homeless man, not dirty physically, but like dirty in like a philosophical dirty, did to my friend. My friend, he's like this, he's a smaller built dude, little white guy, right?
Yep, same.
He's calm. He's a calm guy. He's a little soft spoken. This man comes up and puts his arm around this man. I didn't see this. He told me a story. He puts his arm around this man and he's like, "What's up?" And my friend, not knowing what to do, was like, "Hey man," he's like, "You got some cash for me? It's my birthday or whatever." He's like giving him his story. He's like, "Nah, man, I don't have no cash on me. If there's an ATM," he goes, "I'm glad you said that." let me
Oh, what? You shouldn't have said that.
let me show you. No, he's dumb for this. I've given him shit plenty of times for this. He's like, "Let me show you where this ATM." This man walks him 10 minutes to an ATM. This guy gives him $20.
What? I thought you were gonna say you pulled some shit and you like judo flipped him or something.
No, he didn't judo shit nobody. That man walked away with $20.
Oh, he got played.
God damn.
Wiley, that's the worst thing you can say. Oh, if there was an ATM, yeah, I'd give you all the money in the world.
I mean, my line that I got from my dad is like, I carry plastic. Like, I don't have anything for you. I'm sorry. But this man...
I mean, that works. Yeah, and if they ask, oh, well, there's an ATM, then you just say, nah, I'm not doing it. There's a reason I just carry plastic.
I'm just like, I have places to be. Like, you do not want to get in a fight with a damn homeless person in these parts.
No, I usually don't get in a fight with anybody.
No, like, if you're like, nah, they'll be like, "What you mean?" Like, they will fight your ass. I've seen it happen. I'm just like, I got a place to be. I'm sorry. I don't have any cash.
Oh, yeah, well, you don't just say, no, get a job or something, You say, well, look, I gotta go somewhere.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't have the money to spare or something like that,
Yeah. What you don't say, and I've seen people get fucked for this too, is, "I'm a college person, I'm as poor as you." They don't like that shit.
No, because guess what? You're not.
You're not. Maybe personally, but like within your means, you're not. I promise. But there's this dude, there's some crazy ass people. Like the problem with crazy ass people, like homeless people, in my routine, is like they're always there. Like you get to know them a little bit. Like I walk down the street every day to get class, and there's this same white guy that sits on the same corner with a drink every day. And I started to think he wasn't homeless.
When you say drink, do you mean like Coke or do you mean like beer or malt liquor? Or
I don't know. It's like in a coffee cup, so
Okay,
it could be
sure.
anything. He sits there every day, and I notice he wears different pairs of shoes every day. Like, I haven't started to notice the loop. I mean, I'm sure he goes back. He's got a bunch of different pairs of shoes somewhere, right? And I started to think, maybe this guy isn't homeless. I mean, he's got the look about him, but, like, I might just be judging this man. Right?
Maybe he sold his home to buy shoes.
But
Always got to consider that.
I mean, I guess. But I did walk by him one day, and I fucked up and I made eye contact. And he stopped me. He's like, "Hey, you got a buck to spare?" I'm like, "Nah, man. I don't have any cash, but I'm trying to make a class." He's like, "That's cool." And I've walked by him probably 120 more times since then, and he's still there on that corner. He don't ask me no more. I don't know if
He's got at least 120 different pairs of shoes.
I mean, I'm sure he's starting to make. I'm sure he's looped back on it a few times. I'm not. I made a point to casually peer at his shoes, but like if you just don't make eye contact, he's not gonna ask you for nothing. But like if you walk by that man every day, I'm not. I'm really not about to make a routine about somebody ask for me for money.
Oh yeah. Speaking of shoes, dude, my shoes are fucked.
Which ones, bro?
Like, well, okay, my Vans. I have 2 pairs of shoes. Well, I have 3 technically. So I have one that's dress shoes that are too small because I've had them for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
I have another that is a pair of Vans, and those are fine.
Okay, I was about to be upset if you told me the Vans were given out because I love those shoes, bro.
No, those are fresh. But they like hurt if I walk in them, and the laces on them did break, and I had to get some laces that always come untied. But it's fine. Okay, I can tie my shoes once in a while. That's okay. It is like multiple times a day, but so it's kind of.
You don't double knot?
No, I'm just gonna have to start doing it on those. The problem is that they're high top, so it's hard to get your foot in if you leave it tied.
No, I feel you. It's definitely a process.
Yeah, but anyway, but no, I've had these pair of like Nike shoes. Shout out our sponsor, Nike.
Not the Nikes, bro. These bitches are classic. We've gone to war with these things.
And so the Nikes came out, and they lasted me a long time, and the guy ran in them a lot too, so that probably wore them out. And I run weird, like kind of like you ever see like
Usain Bolt?
Well, no, you ever see like spaghetti in the microwave? How it starts out really stiff, and then it becomes a little less stiff, but it's never as not stiff as you'd like it.
Yeah,
it's kind of how I run.
Ugh.
And so. yeah, like it's just I'm not good at it.
You were nasty.
But so, fucking these shoes are so worn, and I don't know how. I guess because I step heel toe like most people do, but on the left shoe, like in the heel, there's like the entire bottom part, the entire outsole of the shoe is worn away in like a circle that leads up to my heel. There's probably like 1/8 of an inch of actual material left separating my sock from the ground.
So you're starting to feel like the grooves in the earth.
Oh no, like I can't wear them when it's wet because my socks get super wet.
How does that even happen?
I don't know. Like I really don't know. I think at some point my sock may be peeking through. I don't know, but they're so fucked up.
I don't mean
and
to.
Something about it because
I really don't mean to interrupt you.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna Kanye you real quick. But I'm scrolling through Twitter, and this must be addressed. Did you know there's still a fucking Kennedy that's doing his thing? I'm.
It's not the John F.
No, it's definitely not him. He's a little off the top there.
That would blow my mind.
Republican Joe Kennedy is speaking out against Trump. Maybe he's not like.
Well, there's a John F. Kennedy Jr.
I know, but even he would be kind of old at this point. Like this guy's young. But the Kennedys were Democrats, right?
They were Democrats back in the days. So I imagine. I mean, a 60s Democrat compared to a Republican nowadays is probably...
Okay, so he is the grandson of Robert Kennedy.
Okay.
Who is the,
Who also got assassinated.
Yeah, man, they're really not good at not getting shot. But continue about your shoes.
Yeah.
I didn't mean...
Oh yeah. So I tried to walk around in the Vans because obviously they look better than the Nikes. There's a problem with them, even though they're fantastic and Thanks for the sponsorship. Order them through Wait, what was Bo's website?
Major
Didn't he have, like, a
Kicks,
sneaker
bro.
website?
Major Kicks.
Yeah, majorkicks.com. But
They definitely don't sell shoes. Don't go there. It's just a web. It's a YouTube channel. They do the they do a review or two.
so order through them. Ask for their input. But but now because I've worn them, they're just completely flat, and something about wearing them and the Vans is because the Nikes, there's a problem. But and something about like it restricts your ankle movement, but like, and I have to keep tying them super tight because the shoelaces come undone, and so it's really tight on the top of my foot, and now the top of my foot just hurts all the time.
I had this happen. We might have similar feet.
What's the problem? Is it and when does it go away?
I don't know.
Because it's to the point where on my left foot I walk on the side of my foot. I can't even bear to walk on just like the flat of my foot.
It's not that serious for me, but I change shoes a lot, so it might be like that. Makes it not as intense as your issue, but it might be because I have hair on the top of my feet. I don't know. It just gets like raw, like.
No, it's like the inside of my foot is in pain when I walk.
Oh, you have like a fucking like damage. You got damage.
It's like I have to walk on the left side of my left foot and then I end up like almost limping everywhere. Like I feel like at some point I'm gonna need a cane.
Dude, a pimp cane?
Like
you should take it.
I'm just gonna tell people I got shot in the left knee.
Oh God.
And I'm gonna do like the house thing, and just keep a cane everywhere. And because a cane it's a multi-purpose thing. Someone acts up, you hit a bitch with a cane.
Yeah.
Maybe get it like a cane sword.
So I'm gonna have to stop you there because I'm watching the 1-800 performance by Logic for the Grammys right now. So this is more important.
Oh yeah.
So
how do you feel about Bruno Mars winning album of the year?
So here's my
here's
my thoughts about it. I'm okay with it too. People are really upset, and I wish Kendrick would finally get an album of the year because he deserves it. Like, but him losing to 1980,
Look, he deserved it for To Pimp a Butterfly, but that Bruno Mars, that was also a great album. I mean, come on.
Every album there was stacked. Like any of them could have won, and I would have been like, that's okay. Like they were all great albums. Even Lord's album was good, and that's the one I didn't listen to the least. It's not really my thing, but I'm like, this is obviously structurally sound. It's got a bunch of concepts in there. It's a good conceptual album. It's well produced. It might not be my thing, but it's a great album, right? But yeah, Kendrick losing to 1989 by Taylor Swift it has me way more fucked up than losing to Bruno Mars. I mean, to be fair, Bruno Mars was a simple pop album. It was essentially just reviving 70s and 80s synth funk. But, like, it was still fucking good.
But it was great.
It was really good.
Actually, I'm looking at fucking That's What I Like now, and it adds Best R&B Song. I'm looking at the Grammy winners, and apparently James Fauntleroy helped make it, and he was I remember he had a part in How Much a Dollar Cost.
Yeah, he you gotta make your rounds sometime.
But no, Kendrick got a lot of shit. He got Best Rap Performance, Best Rap Album, Best Rap Song, and Best Rap Sung Performance. Oh, he got 4.
He got 5.
Oh, he got 5.
Yeah,
okay.
He got a smaller one. He got Best Duo, Best yeah.
For Loyalty.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, like I'm not upset about that at all. Like not even a little bit. I mean, so the options were Awaken My Love.
There were a lot of albums I liked better than Damn that came out. So
yeah, you're not the biggest Damn fan.
I love Damn, but
I mean,
I think it's a great album. I just don't like. I don't necessarily like Loyalty and
Love and God.
Track list. Yeah, I don't like Loyalty, Love, or God that much. Every other song, every other song in there is great.
Right, Tyson. Damn it. The only one I hate with a passion is God. Love is like, it's poppy, I guess, but like God is the one that's just a real stinker. I really cannot stand that song. It's a shame because the second half of it's pretty good. Like there's a key change or something in there, and the tone changes a little bit. I'm like, okay, I can get on this.
You don't like the first half of Mad City though.
I don't dislike it. I'm just saying I like the second half more, and I wish I could skip straight to it.
I love them both.
But listen,
Even though I think the song is mostly the second part. It's like a 6-minute song, and 4 minutes of it are the second part. So
bro,
you don't have to listen through it.
category was stacked, bro. It had 24K Magic, Awaken My Love, 444, Damn, and Melodrama. Melodrama is the one that you probably didn't listen to, and 444 you can't listen to.
No.
But let me tell you, boy,
Nope.
the 3 that you know are fucking good, and the 2 that you don't are pretty damn good. Like, I loved 444, and Melodrama was, like, I wouldn't have been upset. Actually, I would have been pleasantly surprised that somebody that has kind of lost her popularity and, like, resided in her more artistic ways, like, got recognized. But, like, I do wish Damn won. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I was fine with 24 Karat Magic or Damn. I honestly would have been fine with Awaken My Love, but I don't think it was as good as either of those two.
Yeah, I really liked that album. I'm really just on a Childish Gambino kick right now. Not
Because this was 2017 Grammys, right?
Yes, it was the 6th.
I mean, but with a couple songs that came out in like late. How does that like it? I think there were some things technically from 2016, right? That came out so late the Grammys couldn't nominate them in time or something like that. Like Awaken My Love.
Possibly. No, there's one category that did have me fucked up, and that was the goddamn new artist category. They gave that to somebody I had never even heard of. Like, it was just like this pop vocalist. But goddamn, I don't care how you feel about Lil Uzi. Like, Lil Uzi was on that bitch. But more importantly, SZA was on that bitch. And SZA is, without a shadow of a doubt, the best new artist. Really, her ass should have gotten Grammys for shit that wasn't just, like, when they put you in best new artist category, like, you get put in a box. Like, you're just there, you know?
Yeah. They don't want to give you best album or anything.
No, but that...
I don't know. I bet... do you think... I wonder if Nirvana got best new... No, because Bleach came out so long before, never mind.
I don't even know if the category was... Like the categories have changed a lot. In the
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean,
I guess they added genres or something like that too.
I was looking at the like the best or the worst snubs from best new artist, and like Kanye lost to Maroon 5 and shit like that. Like Kendrick lost to somebody.
Oh, you're looking at it throughout the years. I was about to say neither of them are new.
No, yeah, it was back. It was like 05, I think, which doesn't make sense because Kanye wasn't new in 05, but oh well.
College Dropout came out in 04, so that makes sense though.
Yeah, but he also had some huge singles before that. But I guess they do wait for a project because...
Well, I think his first single by him, he was a producer before them, but his first solo single was Through the Wire, which probably came out in 2003 or 2004. Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind. I think he was on a track with Jamie Foxx. That was big. But I guess that doesn't count as...
Through the Wire came out in 2003, and so did Slow Jams, which was a Jamie Foxx collab.
Okay, that's what I was thinking about.
And then but his every single for the album after that and the album came out in 2004. So,
but Maroon 5, like,
no, they definitely.
Okay, but
I mean, the College Dropout is still a classic to this day. I mean, that's how classics work, but
the real win for the Grammys, I don't care what they fucked up. The real win for the Grammys, no T-Swizz, no Drake.
Well, what was Drake's thing? More Life?
Yeah. I think.
I didn't listen to it. I kind of like the album cover, though.
I did too. That stash is so fat.
Yeah.
I don't like Drake's music. It's not as much as like I hate Logic's music. I just merely dislike Drake's music. Um, but I'm glad the Grammys weren't being stupid and acting like that fucking Taylor Swift album was good.
They missed out on my man Father John Misty, but
They really did. I was thinking about a couple of albums they missed out on, but
apparently Blue and Lonesome got the Rolling Stones got Best Traditional Blues Album, but I don't know how many there were of those that came out this year. So,
Ola, what is it?
Damian Marley got some shit.
Leonard Cohen.
Leonard
Cohen. Fucking
Yeah.
Bob Dylan was nominated for Best Pop Solo Performance or something.
For what?
I don't know. Some song I never heard of. I'm gonna be.
To be fair, Pure Comedy did get Best Recording Package,
You know what?
which is
I'll take
like best album art and best special edition album, whatever.
Take it where you can get it.
Which it does have a nice album cover.
I can't really remember what it looks like.
It's like it's blue with the little white drawings on the bottom, and it's got the night sky.
Yeah. See, the Grammys kind of missed out on an opportunity here, because people were kind of praising them for like stepping up and like paying attention to albums people thought were good, like actually keeping their ears to the ground, and they weren't just nominating a bunch of bullshit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is where they missed out on giving the winner of album of the year to anybody but the most popular, because technically Bruno Mars's album was like the least critically acclaimed. It had the worst reviews out of all of them.
Did it really?
Yeah, it had like
I'm surprised out of the entire album. I'm surprised that Awaken My Love got higher than 24 Karat Magic.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I think Awaken My Love, the two songs you really hear about are Me and Your Mama and Red
I
Bull.
don't know what you and Hunter's problem with this shit is, but that album is fucking fire.
I like the album. I like the entirety of the album.
There's only one bad
I
song
even
in that bitch.
can get down with California.
Oh, no, I can't do it. Sorry.
I can get down with it. The vocals are weird, but
The vocals are weird on the whole fucking...
They're not my favorite, but I can get past them.
All of it are... Yeah. I mean... There's nothing you can do about that. The vocals are weird on the whole thing.
But I think as a whole album, I think 24 Karat Magic is better.
Like, 24 Karat... I'm almost not mad that shit won just because of the breakdown in the first song. Like, oh my god. It's so fat.
Don't miss out on Chunky either. Don't miss out on Perm. I mean... That's literally just the first three songs.
Well, it definitely... My problem with the album is it slows down. It slows down hard. Like,
It does. It does.
It kind of hits a brick wall that I'm not ready for it to hit. But, oh well.
Yeah. There's a couple things on the second half. But, I don't know. As a whole album, I can get down with it more than Awaken My Love.
So, like... Let me look up the damn review. And I'm not saying they should base the winners off of reviews, but it does seem like it was a bit of a popularity concert. Best concert. Popularity.
Well, this is what the Grammys are.
They claim not to be like that. At least, like, if you're going to do it, just admit it.
Yeah. A couple weeks ago, Karma Police got 100 million listens on Spotify.
Karma Police.
It's a good song.
Okay.
It's a lot of listens.
So, damn it.
You think that's a lot of listens, and then you go look at like an Ed Sheeran song, and it's got like 2.5 billion.
Yeah, because it's like it's fucking looping in a grocery store somewhere.
Yeah.
So,
it's Shape of You is just playing on repeat at every public business ever.
So Damn got a 95 Metascore. And let me look up.
I don't think it's a 95 out of 100.
No, I don't either. I think I'd probably say that. I guess you give T-Pab 100. or a 98 or something like that.
No. I would give it very high, but I like To Pimp a Butterfly, and then I like Good Kid, Mad City better than I like.
No, what would you give T-Pab out of 100?
I don't know exactly.
Like a 96, a 97.
I'm not a rater.
I'll dock a point for the word boo boo.
Oh, Hood Politics.
Yeah.
I came around on that song. I like it now.
No, I like it now too, but I'll dock a point for that. Maybe even 2 points. It really annoyed me for a long time. Okay, Awaken My Love has got a 77. Now let me look up 24K. Again, this doesn't really matter, but I'm just curious. It's got a 70. So I mean, it is the least.
24 Karat Magic has a 7?
Yeah.
Surprise.
I don't care what anybody says. Versace on the Floor is not a great song.
Yeah. All right.
It's just, it was just too, like, it was reaching too far for the damn, like, throwback feel. Like, I think 24K Magic is, like, the perfect, like, blend between new and old. Because it had the synths, but it was clean as fuck.
That and Chunky.
Yeah, it's just, like, there's something about the high songs in that motherfucker that were just fucking smooth. They were goddamn molasses. They were just, they were silky.
Ooh. Dude, I had Hayden up here this weekend.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Fucking, he bought. he bought some syrup.
Yeah.
Cause we went to Kroger like 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Cause we both woke. It was really weird. Like we both woke up at like 4. I don't know. I said like it was pretty much at 4. And so we both were just sitting in bed, unable to go back to sleep. So I was, I said, hey, you wanna, or he said I want to get something to eat or something. So I said, okay, well let's go to Kroger, and he said, okay. I was like, let's just go now. It's 5 a.m. There's not gonna be anybody there. There's not gonna be any traffic. So went, got some. They weren't corn dogs. They were sausage dogs, or not sausage dogs, just like breakfast sausage wrapped in a pancake.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And we got those, and I think he meant to buy maple syrup, but he bought maple bacon syrup.
Oh goodness.
Because the bacon, it says maple, and then bacon is written really small underneath maple. See, it's hard to see unless you're paying really close attention.
Unless you're looking for the word bacon.
So he was like, I didn't like the syrup.
He didn't like it?
He was like, man, you gotta get name brand syrup.
What's his problem?
But I tasted it. I don't know, because I went in there and tasted it just a minute ago. It straight up just tasted like I was dipping bacon in syrup. And that's all I ever want. So,
see,
I don't know what it is. How do you not like that? I guess he didn't know that it was supposed to taste like bacon. But even then...
those fucking syrup snobs. I'm not a big syrup fan in general, I'm about that pancake life. Like, I like pancakes, not syrup.
Can I make a startling confession here?
What?
Well, this won't be startling for you, but I usually eat sugar-free syrup.
I think you can pull that off with maple syrup. Maple syrup's one of those things that's pretty good sugar-free, right?
It's not maple.
I don't know. Is it any good?
The thing is, it's okay. It doesn't taste the same, but it still doesn't taste bad. Like, it's like people are like, oh, Coke Zero doesn't taste like Coke, so I don't like it. It's like, no, it doesn't taste exactly the same, but it still doesn't taste bad.
Yeah, it's still good. It's still, like, a good drink. That's one of my problems with, like, the whole, like, health food thing. Like, people are trying to make too many damn replacements. Like, the vegan thing, like, let's make vegan cheese. It's like, no, you're vegan. You chose not to eat cheese. Just eat something else, dumbass.
I've had some good-ass meat substitutes, though. I'm not vegan or anything, but I try them when they're there just to see how close they get. And I've had some good ones.
I mean, that's fine, but just call it something else. Call it fucking tofu, whatever. Call it what it is. Don't, Like, if
As opposed to calling it. Well, no, because if it's supposed to taste like sausage, then if you say, "Oh, well, this is a vegan, this is a roux el mushroommo with it's got a side of asparagoids or some shit. I don't know what those vegans eat.
okay, the
But,
meat substitutes don't bother me as
But
much.
but then it's like, oh, what does it taste like? And you're like, oh, it just tastes like sausage. That's why we put all those ingredients like that. Then you'd say, why don't you just call it vegan sausage?
But
So I get why they
okay,
call it
I
that.
don't mind about like the meat substitutes as much because like that makes sense. But vegan is a commitment. Like that's fucking serious. Like if you're vegan, like you're not fucking around. If you're making a decision like being vegan, you should be
Well,
strong
I
enough
mean,
to just
don't say it like that. Like every good red-blooded American male, you should be deathly afraid of commitment.
just don't eat like it's okay. You can get off without cheese if you're a vegan. Like don't try.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I definitely cannot get off without
No,
cheese.
I can't either. But here's the thing. I don't really care if you're looking for your substitutes. I mean, it's kind of annoying to me, but don't be like it's just as good. No, the fuck it's not. It's not. Get that shit out of my face. It is not as good.
I've had some that are just as good. Your mom made some pigs in a blanket, and they were just
The
as
meat
good.
substitutes. That's one thing.
That sounded like a weird sex joke, but no, she like baked some
Mama,
meat substitutes.
Ken's like, oh, I found some vegan cheese. It's good. I'm like, you're lying. You're lying to yourself. It's not good. You've got compressed buckwheat.
Did you try it?
And I've had the vegan cheese. I didn't have her specific chease.
You always use buckwheat as an
Because
example. I don't even think it's a real thing.
it is. It's such a ridiculous fucking thing. Like who? It's like
It really is. It's like the fucking hippogriff from Harry
like
Potter.
buckwheat and fucking antelope urine or some shit. Like, just
Yeah.
yeah. Sorry. Yeah, look at that shit. That's not real. Buckwheat, get that shit out of my face.
I looked up buckwheat. Oh no, that's definitely not what I imagined. But that just looks like bad corn.
That's exact, bro. These people in the fucking burrito line were wiling out. They didn't know the the name of anything. Somebody referred to lettuce as salad. Bitch, what? He's like, I want some guacamole, some sour cream, some salad. Like, bitch, that's it's just
That's so
it's
stupid.
just lettuce. And then somebody said, "Can I get some corn salsa?" It's just like corn. And somebody said, "Can I get some corn salsa?" Bitch.
Wait, corn salsa? No, he meant salsa with corn.
No, it was just fucking. It was like spiced corn. There's like some fucking cilantro or whatever in there. It was just corn. Why you gotta? They're just trying too
Who are
hard.
these people?
Like, bitch, just say the ingredient.
Who are these people? Can I get some salad on there?
Fucking idiot. I was like, oh my god.
Was it shredded lettuce?
It was like yeah, it was shredded like romaine. I don't know if it wasn't shredded, but it was like chopped.
Okay, was there an option between shredded and leaflets?
No.
See, our dining hall has that. Has like the option. I'm gonna go shredded every time.
I can see shredded usually annoys me in any situation except for Mexican food.
Really? Like you wouldn't have shredded on a burger?
Yeah, no, I just want some leaves. It's too much. It's too.
No, I'll go with some shredded.
Just think about buckwheat. Like, the only time you see buckwheat used is like when it's all natural.
I never see buckwheat
Okay,
used,
so exactly, like it's in health food, right? So the way like most wheats work, it's like you have your unhulled, like it's like in the package it came in, right? And then some of them will process them and take the shells off and shit, right? But when they're still in the shell, when they're still hulled, they're dark. So people will grind that shit up, and it's like dark brown, like black flour. Yeah, I'm not into it.
So you hate black things and people. That's what you're saying.
Why do you do this shit to me?
I mean, your words. Not mine,
Nope, definitely not.
but-
I should probably go get my heart checked out.
man. It doesn't
Nah,
hurt either. Your heart and your asshole, the two most important.
I have
things.
this thing where it's like every once in a while it feels like it skips a beat.
Like a murmur.
Yeah, something like that.
Is that what a murmur is? There's a murmur and there's
I don't know. Look it up for me and don't read me like what it could be because I'll just scare the shit out of myself. Just give me definitions.
I don't think it's a murmur. I think it's something else. It's like
All right.
heart.
Okay. Do you know like when something it scares the shit out of you like really really bad, and like your heart like you can feel your heart pumping like fucking hard as shit. Like you can like that's all you can feel is your chest. It's like that, but for one beat. It's like it drops for a second. I don't know if it's skipping a beat or it's just like doubling up for a second. It's not good. Probably not. It's rare. It's probably like once every 2 days or something like that. 3 days.
Once every 2 days?
Yeah, once every 2 or 3 days. I don't know. I don't like keep count or anything, but that would be it's not like a daily occurrence.
Is it like it skips a beat or you get an extra one?
It doesn't. I don't know if it's. I don't know that the the rhythm is fucked up at all. It just feels like there's like one good hard one. Every once in a while, it's like ugh.
Oh.
I don't know what it's about.
I don't know.
It could just be like, I don't know, making shit up. It could be normal. I'm a bit of a hypochondriac.
It could be that you get really scared about something for like 1/68th of a second or something.
Yeah, you just like I just don't even notice it. It's so short.
Yeah, and then your heart just like has one beat to do it, and then it goes away again.
So, back to my hateful logic. I put on my Snapchat just like a picture of the Grammys or whatever. I said only logic could make suicide prevention corny, right? Somebody took offense to it.
Which is true.
Somebody was like, "Nah,
Totally.
like no." Me and Tania are pretty much. I don't know. Either she just doesn't. She has as radical as she once was, or like
she's got a soft spot for the Tin Man.
We're cool. We're buddies. No, like that's not something she would get upset about at all. That's not in her agenda. But
in her nature.
I had one of the people in my FLC, my college group, like, nah, it's a good song. But like clearly he wanted to say more than that, but he didn't. Like, I was like, I respect your opinion, but
I'm gonna have to disagree with the first point, which was that it was a good song.
Yeah. A lot. Like, I don't know. I wanted to be like, that shit's not true, but
I don't fuck with that. All I know is that Subway is doing $5 footlongs again.
I find that. Oh well.
And I'm excited.
Yeah, that is like a world event.
Okay, how do you feel about meatball subs?
I'm not into them.
I feel like there's just you put them in, and the meatballs, there's not enough, and they're like there's not enough keeping them in, and they always just like flop out of the sandwich.
Well, here's the thing: Subway meatball subs are different because there's like a bunch of small meatballs, and they're like shitty meatballs. Like, a good one is like it's like 4 or 5 fat motherfuckers, like just like laying in there, Like the commercials are absolutely a lie when it comes to those damn meatball subs.
Yeah, small meatballs are terrible.
Can we talk about how the needle drop gave fucking Culture 2 a strong 4? The fuck is that shit about?
Haven't listened to it, so.
Well, I haven't either, but I know if he can give goddamn Little Pump a 7, that he can give Culture 2 a higher than that shit.
He went back. Well, to be fair, Kanye has fixed up the life of Pablo a lot.
Yeah.
Since it came out.
He went back. What did he give it originally?
I'm not sure exactly. I just know he went back and gave it an 8.
A decent 8. Not even just an 8.
Oh, yeah.
Life of Pablo needle drop. Let me see if I can find the OG. His original score was a.
I bet it was a light 6.
But it was lower than that.
A light to decent 6.
Wait, I can just look in the description. It's a 6. You're right. Gang shit.
Wonder what he gave College Dropout. I bet he just never reviewed it. I bet he just left it as a classic.
College, yeah, that's way before him for sure.
Yeah, College Dropout, Late Registration. Well, I mean,
That was
does he ever? I mean, he'll review old shit once in a while.
well, he does like Classics Week, but he did a Kanye Worst to Best, and College Dropout is his number one.
And then what's after that? Late Registration.
No, oh wait, so I'll go Worst to Best real quick. He said his worst was Yeezus. No, his hold on.
Probably is.
No, his worst is this album that I'd never heard of.
What's it
It's
called?
called Cruel Summer.
Nope, don't know it.
So that I think it was like a various artist thing that he produced and mostly got on. So it was Cruel Summer, Yeezus, then his Jay-Z album. The Jay-Z collab album. Can't remember what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's Life of Pablo. Then it's Graduation. Then it's 808. And we got a little late registration. And then we have My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. And then we got College Dropout. That's number one.
Okay.
So My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy actually made it above Late Registration. He said that's not really a personal opinion of his, but that is it's more of like an objective view, like of influence and popularity and shit like that. So it's kind of his, yeah.
Yeah, I figured because he gave Fantasy a 6, and I mean, if College Dropout was his favorite, Late Registration was way more similar to College Dropout.
Yeah, he said there's not enough of a difference.
Late Registration was almost College Dropout V2.
Yeah, I really like the song Big Brother. I'm into that song.
I like Gone.
I listened to all of them back to back. So a lot of it I didn't remember.
I can't do like multiple albums in a day because then I just forget which songs are which, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
like even if I do one album all the way through, unless I'm constantly looking at which song it is and paying close attention to it, you know, it all kind of blends together, and it's like
definitely had that shit happen because I'm doing that with the commute. I definitely had that shit happen with old boy, what's his name? Mac DeMarco.
with the okay, yeah.
It's a Heart Murmur and a Heart. What's the other one?
I haven't listened to Rock and Roll Nightclub. Wait, there's Rock and Roll Nightclub, and then there's 2, and then there's another one which I think is just an EP, but it's got like 7 songs on it. And then there's the newest one, which I'm blanking on the name of. This Old Dog.
Yeah. There's a Heart Murmur and a Heart what? What's the other one?
Palpitation? Maybe.
Palpitation.
I'm just worried about my foot. My foot is hurting.
Should probably, like, just suck it up and wear the Nikes for a little bit.
I have been. No, I've been wearing them for like a long time.
Oh, I thought it was the Vans that were causing the problems.
Like I've been wearing them since last week.
It's an abnormality in the heart rhythm.
That's not gonna
Noting a rapid, sometimes irregular heartbeat.
Because I have to walk, you know, like at least a mile a day,
Yeah.
you know, which isn't a lot over the course of a day, but you didn't get any time at rest.
Well, we'll figure out my potential heart issue because I'm supposed to run tomorrow with Kaylin. So if I just fall over and die, that's...
Oh, what, you're going running with her? I'm sorry.
She's like, I want to start working out. I want to start running. I'm like, I'll do it with you. Like, cool. Like my neighborhood's good for that, anyways.
Yeah.
Reputation is it?
Your neighborhood? Your hilly ass
Well,
neighborhood?
if I take a left from my house, it gets flat if I go towards the entrance. Like there's one hill, and then it's just kind of flat from there.
Huh. Mine's hilly. Like mine is mad hilly, and it's a pain to run in. But I have a good excuse not to run now that my foot doesn't work. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, sometimes you just have to, you just gotta have a little, a little excuse not to do what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, like the homework I should be doing right now that I'm just not gonna do tonight.
Bro, I'm feeling the same thing. I'm feeling it because I have a little 2-page paper to do. That's gonna be easy. Just not feeling it tonight.
Oh no, mine's not a 2-page paper. Mine is one homework assignment for a class, and the problem is I don't have the textbook yet. So yeah, like it'd be difficult to do. I did go to the bookstore, and she gave us this project out of the textbook, so I was real sneaky about it. Like I went to the bookstore and just kind of looked around for a while, took a picture of the problem I needed, but I still don't think I'm gonna do it.
No, just because it's not important.
Well, homework is 5% of our grade total, and we've already this will be like our third
Only
homework
5
so far. Yeah, so this one assignment, because I don't have the book yet to tell me how to do it, because they're way overpriced at the on-campus bookstore, of course. And I didn't think the book was required. I thought it was optional, which is my bad, but still. But yeah, this one assignment will probably be like, a fraction of a percent of my grade. So
Yeah, that's a no dog, bro. Like 5% is just not worth it. Not worth the.
No, I'll do it.
I mean, I'll do some of it, but like sometimes you're just like, it's not.
Look,
Not feeling it.
I gotta try to pull the A's, my guy. I gotta keep Zomel.
Yeah, you do. You're right. You're right. That 5%, that's what. Yeah, it matters for sure. For sure. Can I go get some water? Can you keep this shit locked down for a little bit, or do you want to end it here?
Oh, I need to. I was gonna give it a drink too.
We've been going for an hour and a half. I'm gonna throw this bitch together. We can get on Steam after this if you want.
Yeah, sure. I'm not doing that homework.
Okay. So any closing comments?
Comments that close are close only if you comment.
Couldn't have said.
So comment down below.
Couldn't say it better myself. Bye.